Hey, what is up guys? My name is Oleg, this is Bond. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to talk about 5 things that you should be aware of before you buy a micro brand watch. Now this video is not made to scare you off of buying micro brand watches, and it's not made to kind of shine a negative light on micro brand watches, because truth be told, I'm a big fan of many micro brands and I reviewed quite a few different micro brand watches on this channel. I just figured I never made a video talking about the negative aspects or kind of the other side of buying micro brand watches, and that's what this video is all about. So let's get started. Number one, I guess this is the first negative of buying a micro brand watch versus a mainstream watch, is that you can't try on a micro brand watch before you purchase it. Most of the time with the mainstream watch brands, their big advantage is that you can go to the store, you can go to their boutique, the mall, whatever, and you can try on the watch for yourself, see how it fits on your wrist before you go ahead and purchase one. And of course you don't have to purchase it at the store. You can go back home and buy it off of eBay or Amazon or whatever. So you can always try on, or I shouldn't say always, but most of the time you can try on the watch before you purchase it. Versus with a lot of micro brands, now there are some exceptions, like for example Melbourne Watch Company, they have a boutique in Melbourne, so that's cool. You can go in and try on the watch. Or some watch brands, they host special events, or they would have a booth at a watch event, so you can go ahead and try on these watches. But 99% of the time you can't really try on the watch before you purchase it, so you have to rely on YouTube videos like this, watch reviews, and see what the watch looks like on pictures, on other people's wrists, and try to judge for yourself what the watch will look like on your wrist. Number 2, a lot of these micro brand companies are literally 1 or 2 people operations, so they don't have a large staff for customer support. If you have some questions, or if you need to return the watch, or just whatever inquiries you might have for customer support, know that it might be very slow in terms of getting you a response, or sometimes you might not even get a response, because these companies, some of them sell hundreds, sometimes even maybe thousands of watches, but they have a very limited staff to respond to customer inquiries. Now, I shouldn't generalize, because it doesn't apply to all companies, just like a lot of mainstream companies also have poor customer support service. But the unfortunate thing with customer support is that you won't really know how good customer support is until you actually need it. And at that point, it's kind of too late, and it's very frustrating. Number 3, a lot of micro brand watches, and a lot of watch companies in general, they offer either 2 years or 3 years of warranty. And some of these micro brands just started. Some of them are just still on Kickstarter, and we're backing up these campaigns, and they're promising 2 years of warranty. But really, if you think about it, we have no idea how long the company will stay in business. And of course, if it's a good company and we like to be optimistic, we like to believe that, hey, they're going to be in business for a really long time. They're going to be there to answer our warranty needs in the future. However, if we've been realistic, if we look at it objectively, a lot of these companies, or I shouldn't say a lot, but some of these companies are very likely to go out of business in the first, let's say, 5 years of business. Just know that your warranty on the watch in 2 years from now might not even be supported, because the company will not be in business. Again, I don't mean to make this point to scare you off of buying micro brand watches. I just think it's important for you to be aware of that. Number 4, your micro brand watch might be difficult to resell in the future. It might lose quite a bit of value. Now, to be fair, there are some micro brands that actually gain value, gain price as the time goes on. A perfect example of that is Zelos. I've never heard of anyone who bought a Zelos watch and lost their money, because usually Zelos releases their watches in very limited quantities, and as those watches sell out in the future, the prices go up. And I should mention, this video is not sponsored by Zelos or any micro brand. It's just an example that I used, but there are quite a few other companies like that that don't really lose value, and some of them even gain value in the future. But most micro brand watches, you can expect your watch to lose value in the long run. And finally, number 5, think about the service and maintenance cost in the long run. So this doesn't apply to all micro brand watches. It applies to some companies, some specific models. So what do I mean by service and maintenance costs? So let's say you own the watch for 10 years and it's time to service it. 90% of the movements out there, 90% of the watches out there will be very easy to service because most of them use either Seiko NH35 movement or some variant of a Seiko NH movement, or a Miyota 9 series or 8 series, or a Sellita SW200. So all these movements are fairly easy to service, and pretty much any watchmaker that you will take the watch to will be able to service this movement. However, there are some kind of funky designs, some more original designs of microbrand watches. Some of them use their own movements, some of them modify the movements, they add different modules to them to make hands go a different way or to eliminate hands altogether. They're pretty much making these watches very customizable to fit the specific design. However, in the future, that specific design might be very difficult to service. Not every watchmaker will want to service that watch. Getting the parts for these watches 5, 10, 15 years from now might be very difficult. Once again, the company might go out of business, or even if they're still in business, they might not have enough parts to ship to you if you need some parts in the future, because maybe they moved on to other models, and because they're not making thousands and thousands of copies of the same watch like a mainstream brand would, they don't have that many spare parts left over. So keep that in mind if you're buying one of these funky, original designed watches from micro brands. Keep in mind the long-term servicing and maintenance costs. So that's it. That's the video. Those are the 5 things that I think you should know before you buy one of the micro brand watches. And again, this video is not made to discourage you from buying a micro brand watch, because there are some really great watches to be discovered and to be found on the micro brand market. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who would find it interesting or useful, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what other negative sides of buying micro brand watches I have missed in this video, because I'm sure there are some that I missed. I only mentioned 5. And let me know if you think that micro brand watches are on their way out. A lot of people believe that micro brands are just a fad and they're all going to go away. Maybe 1 or 2 companies will survive and the rest will be kind of by the wayside. So let me know all those thoughts below. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today on my wrist I'm wearing a Casio Royale. I did an unboxing video for this watch. The video can be found on the channel. I will also link it in the description below. Also in the description below there is a secret link. Have a look if you're curious. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.